Howdy folks, coming to you from near to the Green Mountain Mine. This is a project we're going to abandon completely, or we already have. We haven't been up here in months. Assays just came back pitiful. Anything from a trace to, at very best, a ½ ounce per ton. But with the amount of arsenic in this property, it's not worth it. You can't make it pay. You actually be losing money the second you put a pick into it. So we're gonna let this one go. Already have let it go, rather. I'm just here to pick up some of our wheelbarrow and such. And somebody's already overclaimed it to claim flip it. Good luck with that. Some idiot's gonna buy it. But where's the status at for period 6? Right now we really have, I guess you could say, 6 projects. We got the Queen of Spades, which has the Skunk Adit. Skunk Adit's played out, there's nothing in it. Then we have an upper skunk, which is nothing, but there's a couple of little tunnels there and a half developed project that we really like on that property. So we've got about 120 acres up there we're going to claim up, and that includes the Jack of Spades. We did the crushing on the 2 samples I took out this past weekend that I showed you down the exploring the Jack of Spades mine. I'm calling that one the Joker Shaft, and then there's the other spot I'm calling the Gopher Hole. So they get the Joker Shaft. Looks like it's got some pretty damn good values in it. Here comes the wind. Hold on a second. Breezy. All right. So the Joker Shaft is, seriously, been like a light breeze outside the blow when I'm doing the video on. Real light breeze now turns into wind, but it's got good values on iron, and the limonite had showed values too, so we're sending that off for assay this week to see how good it actually is. The stuff we found on the dump was fantastic as well. So that's one property. I guess you could just call it the Vegas project. We all named everything after cards. And all right, let's move this down here a little bit better. And then we've got the Goodyear mine. You know about that one. It's got the Shade Adit, and that one's just barely been scraped on the surface. We've had assays in there come in just absolutely fantastic. Below that, we've got the Badger project with the Wolverine mine on it. That one's kind of a long-term project there. It's flooded. You've seen some photos of that. The Silver Tree's kind of part of that, but the assays came back only a ½ ounce per ton. It's not worth it at all. Not even if it's, I mean, if it was a 4-foot wide vein, maybe, but with only being was it about 24 to 36? Not even worth it at best. I mean, you still got to move too much rock to get to that ton of ore. And then we've got our patent land, which is showing fantastic, absolutely just insane amounts of gold. We actually crushed some yesterday and came out with a picker out of the load gold. And a couple we could pick up with tweezers. As far as size-wise, the picker came out at 0.02 grams, so 0.02 of a gram. But still, in a load in Arizona, it's absolutely fantastic. And then we've got another project in Stanton that we call a snake hole. We haven't explored that yet. Kyle tried to get into it, and he was greeted by 3 ill-tempered rattlesnakes. Didn't have laser beams on their head, but they were still pissy. So we actually haven't been back to that yet. We'll get in there one of these days, though. Other than that, we're pretty much done with exploration. We got one more mine to look at this year that's close by. Now we're going to start developing the Jack of Spades and developing our patent and the Queen of Spades, working on all 3 of those pretty much in earnest, 24/7 as much as we can. And what else we got going on? Still putting together our pilot plant, but the 467 that we've been looking at, some videos of that, it's just too dang far right now for the heat. I mean, if it was like today with this breezy, we might be able to get up there, but getting up there the right day and the right temperature and the right wind is just hit and miss. So we're going to probably let that one sit probably until the winter comes around and get up there in the fall when it's a little bit chillier. But other than that, that's where we are developing. Oh, the silly old Goodyear. We put lighting in that, about 200 foot of lighting in there. Still need to dig out the portal some more. It's a good project, but Queen of Spades, Jack of Spades, and our patent have all just come back with such fantastic numbers that an ounce per ton just isn't high on our priority list anymore. So we got that going for us. But that's about it. That's kind of our update, State of the Union address from period 6. So we'll be showing you some more development projects. Joker shaft, I need to put about 80 foot of a ladder down into so we can get in and out of it, and put a slide in there to get buckets in and out as we excavate down to the bottom and get ore out. But we're going to move ahead on earnest on that one in our plat and go to town. Next time, folks. Adios.